beyond the lines, across the ocean, to the land beyond the mountains, through the Sahara. We bring all the sport news, live analysis, expert discussions on trending stories in politics, business, socio-economic, sports, and documentaries. So catch all the updates on the happenings around the globe. Stay focused on the fact today, only on ATN.
Welcome back. Now let's go into market reports, local and international business news for today. House of Representatives Committee on Renewable Energy has initiated an investigation into the utilization of $2 billion renewable energy grants. Chairman Representative Victor Afam expressed concerns that investments in the renewable energy sector have not significantly improved energy security challenges. Representative Afam emphasized transparency and accountability in handling public resources. The investigation will focus on the period between 2015 and 2024, examining procurement and execution processes of government agencies involved. Effective policy and regulatory frameworks drive the energy transition in the power sector. This includes incentives for renewable energy deployment, emissions reduction targets, and energy efficiency initiatives. Key stakeholders, including the Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission, will promote renewable energy and ensure successful implementation of the energy transition plan. Energy security and environmental sustainability are critical aspects. Investments in renewable energy are expected to reach 1.9 trillion naira by 2050, with the private sector playing a significant role. A market-driven approach facilitated through public-private partnership will be essential. Federal Ministry of Works has issued a 14-day termination notice to Julius Berger, contractor handling Section 1 of the Abuja-Kaduna-Zaria-Kano dual carriageway rehabilitation project. The decision follows non-compliance with reviewed cost, scope and terms, stoppage of work and refusal to remobilize to the site. According to Mohammed Ahmed, Director of Press and Public Relations, negotiations had been ongoing for 30 months without significant progress. The contract awarded in 2018 has been plagued by delays and disagreements over pricing. The project was divided into 3 sections: Abuja-Kaduna, Kaduna-Zaria and Zaria-Kano. While Kaduna-Zaria and Zaria-Kano sections are near completion, Abuja-Kaduna section has recorded only 27% progress in 6 years. Works Minister Umahi David had earlier threatened to revoke the contract due to Julius Berger's alleged politics to discredit the current administration. The company's failure to attend the scheduled meeting on Monday sealed its fate. Julius Berger's termination marks the 11th contract revoked by Umahi in 16 months. The federal government is committed to completing the project, vital for connecting Abuja to the north. The project's initial contract sum was 155.75 billion naira, but has since increased to 740.79 billion naira. Phase 1 of the project was flagged off on October 17, 2024, with a 14-month completion period. The ministry's decision underscores the government's resolve to ensure timely completion of critical infrastructure projects. Nigeria Customs Service, Apapa Area Command, has announced an impressive revenue collection of 1.87 trillion naira from January to October 2024. This represents a 101% increase compared to 932 billion naira collected in the same period in 2027. Babatunde Olomu, Customs Area Controller, attributed this success to diligent efforts despite a decline in trade volume. In October alone, the command collected 264 billion naira, the highest monthly collection in its history, Ministry. Olomu expressed confidence that the command will meet and surpass its 2.2 trillion naira target of 2024. The command has also made significant seizures totaling over 36, valued at 1.5 billion naira. The command's efforts to block revenue leakages and maximize collection have been successful, as evidenced by its monthly activities. Olomu handed over 6 containers of falsely declared pharmaceutical products to the National Agency for Food, Drug Administration and Control and the National Drug Enforcement Agency. These imports had expired or were not evaluated by NAFDAC, posing potential harm to Nigerians. This handover underscores the robust collaboration between the NCS and sister government agencies in preventing illicit importation. The Apapa Customs Boss noted that content of these containers contravene the Common External Tariff and NCS Act 2023, highlighting unapproved dosages of tramadol and other harmful substances. Former Delta State Governor Ifeanyi Okowa was taken into custody by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission on Monday amidst allegations of diverting 1.3 trillion naira from the Federation account. This amount represents the 13% derivation fund allocated to the state between 2015 and 2023. Okowa was invited to the EFCC office in Port Harcourt, River State, for questioning regarding these serious allegations. The investigation centers on the alleged diversion of the 1.3 trillion naira and Okowa's failure to account for another 40 billion naira. Reports indicate that the 40 billion naira was claimed to be used to acquire shares in UTM floating liquefied natural gas. However, the funds are suspected to have been misappropriated for other purposes, including purchasing estates in Abuja and Asaba, Delta State. EFCC spokesperson Delo Oyewele confirmed Okowa's arrest but declined to further details about the case. Okowa served as governor of Delta State from May 2015 to May 2023 and was the People's Democratic Party's vice presidential candidate in the 2023 presidential election. The outcome of the investigation and potential charges against Okowa remains uncertain. However, the EFCC's action demonstrates a commitment to addressing corruption and ensuring accountability among public officials. Nigeria's National Automotive Design and Development Council, NADDC, has initiated a program to enhance local vehicle components manufacturing. Director General Oluwemimo Joseph Osanipin announced the move, citing the country's annual expenditure of over $1 billion on import spare parts. The NADDC is training 24 engineers on MIDAS NFX automotive software design skills to design and manufacture local vehicle components. The program aims to expand to 100 engineers by next year. Osanipin emphasized the need for Nigeria to produce vehicle components, including bumpers, tires, batteries, oil filters, and lights. Currently, the country only manufactures lubricants. By boosting local manufacturing, Nigeria can conserve foreign exchange and stimulate economic growth. NADDC's initiative is a significant step towards Nigeria's economic development and self-sufficiency in the automotive sector. Standards Organization of Nigeria has issued a warning about the risk of substandard and uncertified compressed natural gas cylinders. This follows a recent explosion at a NIPCO CNG refueling station in Benin City, Edo State. The organization has implemented robust measures to ensure all CNG equipment and conversion kits meet approved standards. These measures include conformity assessment schemes to prevent substandard products. SON is collaborating with presidential initiatives on CNG and other government bodies to finalize the Nigerian gas vehicle monitoring system. This platform will monitor CNG systems, allowing only vehicles with certified conversion kits to access gas at retail outlets. The system will also provide a database for approved CNG equipment and suppliers, preventing substandard installations and mitigating risk. SON aims to protect the public from substandard CNG cylinders and ensure a safer, regulated industry. Experts urge private sector involvement to boost the federal government CNG initiative, emphasizing certified equipment to prevent accidents. SON's warning prioritizes public safety and adherence to standards in the CNG industry. SON's effort demonstrates its commitment to safeguarding lives and promoting quality standards. Nigerian Shippers Council (NSC) has announced plans to boost the nation's economy through a projected $10 billion growth in the shipping subsector. Barrister Pius Akuta, NSC Executive Secretary, revealed this vision at a Lagos Media Parley, highlighting the council's achievements over the past year. Notable accomplishments include saving the nation ₦4 billion from party charter and fees. The NSC has a 5-year program focused on facilitating trade and boosting business investments. Key investment highlights APM terminal upgrade, $105 million investment, future investment plans. APM plans to invest an additional $2 million, projected growth $10 billion in 5 years. The council prioritizes training and retraining staff, promoting stakeholders, especially shippers, through their fund. Some shipping companies have already negotiated settlements out of court and paid into the fund. Petroleum Products Retailers Outlet Owners Association of Nigeria, Petron, has criticized Dangote Petroleum Refinery for selling petrol at 990 naira per litre. Petron argues that Dangote enjoyed massive concession during construction and that imported petrol is cheaper, with a landing cost of 978 naira per litre as of October 31, 2024. Petron Publicity Secretary Joseph Obele stated that the association plans to sell petrol at a lower price once granted an import license. Obele emphasized that Petron's goal is to promote competition, benefiting consumers through better pricing. Dangote Refinery alleged that Petron and the Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria, IPMAN, plan to import substandard products. However, Petron denied these claims, calling them a gimmick to maintain Dangote's monopoly. Petron commended President Bola Tinubu's commitment to revamping national refineries and advised privatizing the Port Harcourt and Warri refinery plants. The association emphasized the need for a balanced market with competition to reduce petrol prices. IPMA's National Secretary Telumun James denied allegations of building a depot to blend substandard fuel, calling for unity among stakeholders to provide affordable energy. The Nigeria Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority declined to comment on the allegations. The controversy surrounding Dangote Refinery's pricing has sparked concerns about monopolistic practices and their impact on consumers. Petron's commitment to promoting competition aims to benefit Nigerian consumers through lower petrol prices. Thousands of Nigerian youths recently protested at the NNPC headquarters, demanding the resignation of Mele Kyari, the Group Chief Executive Officer of the Nigeria National Petroleum Company Limited. The protesters, led by various civil society organizations, criticized Kyari's leadership, citing skyrocketing fuel prices, endless fuel queues, and economic hardship. The massive protests highlighted the growing discontent among Nigerians regarding the country's oil sector management and its impact on the economy. Protesters expressed frustration over the importation of adulterated fuel, which they claim harms citizens and businesses. NNPCL spokesperson Femi Sonoye responded, stating that protesters lack understanding of the sector. Sonoye emphasized Kyari's effort to ensure Nigerians had access to fuel at 620 naira per litre for over a year, despite higher landing costs. Civil society organizations, including the APC Youth Solidarity Network, have demanded Kyari's immediate resignation or sack over a $6.8 billion NNPCL debt. Similarly, Nigerians in the diaspora plan to lead massive protests in the UK and at the United Nations General Assembly. The protests have brought attention to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's response to the allegation and demands for Kyari's removal. The situation remains tense as Nigerians await action from the government. Nigeria Union of Petroleum and Natural Gas Workers, NUPENG, has issued a warning to the public about a group claiming to represent oil and gas transporters and marketers without legal authority. According to NUPENG's National President Williams Okporoha and Secretary General Afolabi Olawale, this association is comprised of individuals seeking to exploit Nigerians by disguising themselves as legitimate businessmen and women. NUPENG cautions the public and government institutions to be wary of these individuals. The union has been actively involved in promoting the welfare of its members and ensuring safe working conditions in the oil and gas industry. NUPENG's effort focus on protecting members' interests, promoting safe working conditions, and collaborating with stakeholders. The union's leadership emphasizes the importance of vigilance in preventing exploitation. We are open for advert placements, bookings, and commercials, and you can connect with us and watch us on ATN socials, Facebook and YouTube, Atlantic Television Network, Instagram and TikTok, Atlantic TV Network 1, X formerly Twitter, Atlantic TV Net. Watch us live on our website, atlanticnetwork.tv. President Bola Tinubu has reaffirmed Nigeria's commitment to strengthening its partnership with the United Kingdom, focusing on key areas such as arts, culture, trade, and security. This commitment was made during a meeting with UK Secretary of State for Foreign, Commonwealth and Development Affairs, David Lammy, at the State House in Abuja. Tinubu emphasized the importance of promoting unity and inclusivity, highlighting the long-standing history between the UK and Nigeria. He urged the UK to increase its engagement with Africa, particularly in conflict-affected countries like Sudan, and to collaborate in bringing peace and stability to West Africa. The UK has already signed a landmark economic partnership with Nigeria, aiming to grow the UK and Nigeria's trading relationship. Key areas of cooperation include growth in jobs, enhanced security, immigration, and home affairs, modernized partnerships, and people-to-people links. The UK's Prime Minister, Keir Starmer, expressed deep interest in Africa's growth and development, exploring new partnerships to tackle emerging challenges. The partnership between Nigeria and the UK promotes economic growth, peace and security in the region. Tinubu highlighted Nigeria's progressive economic reforms aimed at long-term economic stimulation. The UK and Nigeria Development Partnership focuses on delivering sustainable results, addressing governance, social contracts, stability, investment, trade, climate change, humanitarian support, health, education, and demography. President Bola Tinubu's administration has recorded a significant milestone in intra-African trade with Lucky Fibers, a subsidiary of Tolaram Group, shipping goods to Kenya under the African Continental Free Trade Area Agreement. This historic export to Mombasa port demonstrates Nigeria's commitment to enhancing cross-border collaboration. Olusegun Olutayo, senior trade expert and lead of trade enablement at AFTA Coordination Office, praised AFTA's collaboration spirit. He emphasized coordination between member states and the AfCFTA Secretariat to facilitate seamless trade. Olutayo noted that this shipment showcases AfCFTA's potential to increase intra-African trade. Customs authorities played a critical role in this success. Assistant Controller Olushola Salako explained that Nigeria's customs service adopted a unified customs management system to streamline operations and facilitate global trade. This technology enables efficient processing and clearance of exports. Nigerian Customs Service expertise as designated competent authority under AfCFTA ensured compliance with agreement requirements. Olutayo commended customers' readiness to facilitate trade, citing their proactive approach to resolving issues. This collaborative mindset is crucial for AfCFTA's success. AfCFTA promises to unlock Africans' vast economic potential. As businesses and customs authorities deepen their commitment to the AfCFTA framework, Africa moves closer to economic unity. This milestone marks the beginning of a new era in intra-African commerce, fostering economic growth and cooperation among member states. United Nigeria Airlines has welcomed its first Embraer E190 aircraft registered as SXPTM at Murtala Mohammed International Airport in Lagos. The arrival marks the beginning of the airline's fleet expansion, with 5 more E190s expected to join the fleet. Delivery schedule: second aircraft expected shortly, 2 additional aircraft first quarter 2025, final 2 aircraft second quarter 2025. To support its growing fleet, United Nigeria Airlines has partnered with Kronos Aviation to establish a maintenance, repair and overhaul facility in Nigeria. The partnership includes a code-share and interline agreement, enabling the airline to expand regional operations. Professor Obiora Okonkwo, United Nigeria Airlines chairman, highlighted the benefits of the partnership: enhanced regional operations through code-sharing, increased commercial activities, access to Kronos Aviation's existing MRO in South Africa. Okonkwo emphasized the importance of developing local capacity for maintenance and engineering, stating that the MRO facility will save Nigeria significant foreign exchange and provide services to other operators. Kronos Aviation CEO Andres Kiafas expressed confidence in United Nigeria Airlines operations, citing it as a reason for their partnership. This expansion is set to enhance United Nigeria Airlines services and contribute to the growth of Nigeria's aviation industry. UN Women and the International Labour Organization ILO are urging Nigerians' private sector to invest in childcare, citing its potential to create jobs, improve social infrastructure and boost GDP. At the Care and Economic Conference 2024 in Lagos, experts highlighted the importance of childcare investment. UN Women Resident Representative to Nigeria and ECOWAS, Ms. Beatrice Ayong, pointed out that care work, both paid and unpaid, remains a cornerstone of societies, yet it is often overlooked, undervalued and underfunded. Globally, women bear the brunt of unpaid care responsibilities, hindering their ability to participate in the workforce. Investing in childcare can create an ecosystem that allows women to thrive, says Ayong. The country director of ILO, Dr. Vanessa Fowler, noted that investing in care has been shown to yield enormous economic and social returns, potentially generating 300 million new jobs by 2025. The conference aimed to inspire new partnerships, spark creative ideas, and reinforce the urgency of investors in childcare. By investing in childcare, Nigeria's private sector can contribute to unlocking women's economic empowerment and promoting economic growth. You are watching Atn Business on Atlantic Television Network. We will be back after this break.
From life across the ocean to the land beyond the mountains, through the Sahara, we bring all the sport news, live analysis, expert discussions on trending stories in politics, business, socio-economic, sports, and documentaries. So catch all the updates on the happenings around the globe. Stay focused on the fact today, only on ATN.
Welcome back to ATN Business and Atlantic Television Network. Now to the rest of our stories. Economic outlook indicates resilience but uneven growth across regions, with some areas experiencing favorable prospects while others face challenges. Global inflation rates are generally decreasing, although sub-Saharan Africa continues to grapple with high inflation. Financial sector risks have shifted, with vulnerabilities emerging in real estate, particularly in Asia, including China. Geopolitical tensions, climate change, and disease outbreaks further exacerbate economic volatility. Policymakers are considering strategic policy options to address these challenges. Fiscal policy recommendations emphasize building buffers, creating fiscal space, and ensuring debt sustainability. Monetary policy must balance inflation control with economic growth support. Financial sector policy focuses on strengthening resilience and preparedness for volatility, while structural policy prioritizes investment in human capital, infrastructure, and innovation. Africa has secured increased representation at the International Monetary Fund (IMF) with a third seat allocated to the continent. This development enhances Africans' voice and influence in global economic governance, enabling more effective advocacy and potentially securing additional resources. African ministers of finance and central bank governors successfully pushed for this expansion, which will become effective November 1st. Central bank governors are taking proactive measures to ensure financial system stability. Efforts focus on undercapitalizing banks and managing external risks such as disruptions to export sectors. Effective management of this risk will help mitigate their impact on the real sector. By addressing these challenges, policymakers aim to promote economic growth, stability, and prosperity. Chinese home appliance giant Hisense aims to become the #1 seller of television sets in the U.S. within 2 years, according to Catherine Fang, president of Hisense International. The company's ambitious goal is driven by its recent partnership with the FIFA Club World Cup set to kick off in Miami in June 2025. Hisense's strategy involves leveraging sports events to enhance its premium brand image. Its latest TV's features are in-house artificial intelligence chip, improving image rendering with plans to expand AI capabilities for audio quality and athlete statistics. In the second quarter, Hisense shipped the second highest number of TV sets in North America behind Samsung. The company's 55-inch UA TV series starts at around $700, while the 100-inch version costs approximately $3,000. Beyond TVs, Hisense seeks to become the top Chinese brand of home appliances in North America within 2 years. The company generates half of its revenue outside China, with North America accounting for 30% of its overseas sales. Hisense's global expansion began decades ago, and its experience will aid in achieving these goals. With a strong products lineup and strategic partnerships, Hisense is poised to become a leading player in the U.S. market. Global ambitions unfold Hisense challenges established brands. Hisense focus on advanced TV technologies such as QD, LCD, and Mini LED LCD, will drive market share growth. The company's commitment to research and development will further enhance its product offerings. As Chinese companies increasingly target overseas markets, Hisense's established global presence provides a competitive edge. With its sights set on dominance in the U.S. TV market, Hisense is poised for significant growth. In a significant shake-up, Intel has been removed from the Dow Jones Industrial Average, replaced by rival chipmaker Nvidia, effective November 8th. This change reflects Nvidia's surge to become the world's second most valuable public company and its dominance in the artificial intelligence sector. Intel's stock price plummeted by over half this year, closing at $23.20 on Friday, making it the least significant member of the Dow with a weighting of less than 0.5%. The Dow's price-weighted structure emphasized stock price over market capitalization. Nvidia's inclusion addresses the underrepresentation of the semiconductor sector in the index. With Intel's removal, Nvidia becomes the sole chipmaker in the Dow. Its stock price will give it the 21st highest weighting, behind Chevron, ahead of 3 million. Tech sector representation. Dow Jones Index evolves. The technology industry weighing in the Dow will increase to approximately 19.5% from 18.9%. The materials sector will also see a significant boost, rising to about 5% from less than 1%, with Sherwin-Williams replacing Dow Incorporated. Alphabet and Meta, internet giants with significant market capitalization, remain outside the Dow due to their high stocks prices and lack of obvious replacement targets. Amazon joined the Dow in January, increasing the internet sector's representation. Vida's 10-for-1 stock split in May positioned it for Dow inclusion. Its market capitalization would warrant an 18% weighting, but its stock price will maintain a more balanced representation. Australia's central bank has maintained its benchmark interest rate at 4.35% for the 8th consecutive meeting, aligning with economists' expectations. This decision contrasts with the more dovish approach taken by other advanced economies' central banks. Reserve Bank of Australia officials noted that inflation has decreased significantly since its 2022 peak, but remains above the target range. Headline inflation has decreased to 2.8% in the third quarter, down from 3.8% in the previous quarter. However, this decrease is partly attributed to temporary relief measures such as declines in fuel and electricity prices. Once these measures expire, the headline rate is expected to rise. Underlying inflation measured by the trimmed mean remains at 3.5% above the 2.5 midpoint of the inflation target. Looking ahead, Reserve Bank officials anticipate a highly uncertain look. Labor market conditions and productivity growth will play a significant role in determining inflation's trajectory. External factors, including heightened geopolitical risk and changes in global trade and fiscal policies, will contribute to this uncertainty. In conclusion, Australia's central bank has opted for caution, maintaining its interest rate hold decision. As global economic trends continue to evolve, investors will closely monitor the bank's future decisions and their impact on the Australian economy. Australia's central bank governor will provide further insight into the bank's decision and economic outlook in an upcoming speech. Market analysts would closely watch this event for potential clues on future monetary policy shifts. Global economic trends, including inflation and interest rate movements, will continue to shape Australia's economic landscape. Investors and businesses alike will need to navigate this complex environment to make informed decisions. The Reserve Bank's next meeting is scheduled for December, where it will reassess economic conditions and make another interest rate decision. Until then, market participation will remain vigilant, monitoring economic indicators and global trends. Investors are bracing themselves for a potential Kamala Harris presidency, despite polls being deadlocked on the eve of Election Day. According to Jim Cramer, Monday's market action suggests that investors believe Harris could win, driven by a surprising new poll showing her ahead in Iowa. This has led to increased interest in sectors that may benefit from her policies. Sectors such as home builders like D.R. Horton, Lerner and Toll Brothers may see increased demand due to proposed tax breaks and aid for first-time home buyers. Companies that rely heavily on imports like Constellation Brands or EIF Beauty may also rally due to Harris' more moderate trade stance compared to her opponents. On the other hand, hyperscaler stocks like Amazon and Alphabet traded lower, potentially due to concerns about Harris' stance on antitrust law enforcement. In Africa, economic trends will shape Nigeria's outlook in 2024, with geopolitical and trade trends impacting the economy. The Russia-Ukraine war could lead to increased global energy and commodity supply risk, causing inflation and food security challenges. Nigeria's economic recovery plan aims to restore macroeconomic stability, promote sustained economic growth, and create jobs. The plan targets an annual average growth of 4.6% and inflation at 9.9% by 2025. Key sectors, including mining and quarrying, contributed 6.30% to overall GDP in the second quarter of 2021, lower than the contributors recorded in the second quarter of 2020. As investors navigate the complex landscape, staying informed about market trends and economic policies will be crucial. In conclusion, as the U.S. presidential election unfolds, investors are preparing for potential outcomes. Sectors that may benefit from a Harris presidency are seeing increased interest, while others face uncertainty. Meanwhile, in Africa, Nigeria's economic outlook is shaped by global trends and domestic policies. Palantir shares soared 13% in extended trading Monday after the data analytics software maker reported impressive third-quarter results, exceeding consensus estimates. The company's earnings per share reached 10 cents adjusted, surpassing expectations of 9 cents. Key highlights: revenue $726 million, beating estimates of $701 million. Year-on-year revenue growth 30%, net income $143.5 million or 6% per share, up from $71.5 million or 3% per share last year. Fourth quarter revenue guidance $776 to $771 million, exceeding estimates of $704 to $1.4 million. Full year revenue guidance $2.805 to $2.809 billion, implying 26% growth. CEO Alex Karp attributed the success to unrelenting AI demand and noted the acceleration of the company's business driven by adoption in U.S. government and commercial sectors. Palantir's strong performance has led to a significant surge in its stock price, with shares up 141% in 2024, outpacing the Nasdaq 21% gain. The company's outlook remains optimistic, with targets for U.S. commercial revenue over $687 million, accounting for approximately 24% of total revenue. Adjusted operating income $1.054 to $1.058 billion, exceeding consensus estimates. However, international commercial revenue declined 7% due to challenges in Europe and reduced revenue from a government-sponsored customer in the Middle East. Gold prices held steady on Monday, inching up 0.05% to $2,736.49 per ounce after hitting a record high of $2,790.15 last Thursday. This stability comes as no surprise given the uncertainty surrounding the U.S. presidential election, which is taking place today. The tight contest between Democratic candidate Kamala Harris and Republican Donald Trump has investors on edge, with some worried about potential unrest similar to what followed Trump's 2020 election defeat. Market analysts believe that the Trump win could boost gold prices due to concerns about inflation and tariffs. But Malik, head of commodity strategies at TD Securities, notes, if Trump wins, I think gold does well here. We are probably worried a little bit more about inflation with all the tariffs that he's talking about. On the other hand, some experts think the Federal Reserve's interest rate decision on Thursday would have minimal impact on gold prices. UBS analyst Giovanni Stuvano comments, I guess the driver for gold this week will be U.S. elections. The Fed cut is unlikely to trigger much movement, and the bank is likely to signal further cuts in line with market expectations. Key factors influencing gold price: U.S. presidential election. The outcome of today's election will likely drive gold prices. Federal Reserve interest rates decision. A quarter-point cut is expected, but its impact on gold prices is uncertain. Inflation concerns, Trump's tariffs and potential inflationary policies could boost gold prices. Dollar index. A weaker U.S. currency makes dollar-priced gold more appealing for buyers holding other currencies. As the election results unfold, investors will be keeping a close eye on gold prices and the overall market volatility. U.S. presidential election is underway and the markets are on edge. The U.S. dollar has started today on shaky ground as traders adjust positions ahead of the presidential election. Recent polls have dented market bets on a Donald Trump victory, with Democrat Kamala Harris now leading in some elections gambling sites. As a result, the U.S. currency slumped 0.76% against the euro overnight, hitting a 3-week low. The euro-dollar pair trades with mild gains near 1.0880 during the early Asian session on Tuesday. Analysts predicted the Harris win could drop the U.S. dollar 1 to 2%, while a Trump win could lift it. The dollar index, which measures the currency against 6 major pairs, including the euro, was flat at 103.92 after slumping to 103.67 on Monday. The euro's rise is also influenced by global geopolitical developments. Due to various military conflicts, for example, in the Middle East, investors tend to favor safe haven assets, including the U.S. dollar. However, growth beyond this level is uncertain and will depend on the U.S. Federal Reserve's monetary policy and political factors. The euro-USD price is expected to reach the 2023 high of 1.1275, but its growth beyond its level is uncertain. In the short term, the pair may correct to the support levels near 1.1107 and 1.1125. If the rate remains above these supports, Euro-USD quotes will likely start increasing again. The long-term trend is upward and the rate is expected to soar until the end of 2024. The growth target is the 2023 high in the area of 1.1275 if the price consolidates above this level. The uptrend may continue to 1.1495. The market's focus will shift to the Federal Reserve November rate decision scheduled for Thursday and Chair Jerome Powell's commentary on future policy moves. Traders anticipate a 98% chance of quarter-point rate cuts following September's high-point reduction. The outcome of the election and the Fed's decision will significantly impact the market's direction in the coming days. Asia-Pacific markets traded mixed on Tuesday, reflecting investor caution ahead of the U.S. presidential election on the Federal Reserve's interest rate decision later this week. Japan's Nikkei 2025 surged 1.11%, while the topic gained 0.73%. In contrast, South Korea's Kospi slipped 0.17%, although the Kosdaq rose 0.2%. Consumer inflation in South Korea rose 1.3% in October, slightly below expectations. Hong Kong's Hang Seng Index added 0.98%, and China's CSI 300 jumped 1.53%. However, Australia's S&P ASX 200 slipped 0.56% after the Reserve Bank of Australia maintained its cash rate at 4.35% for the 8th consecutive meetings. U.S. markets declined overnight, with the Dow Jones Australia average falling 257.59 points, that's 0.61% to 41,794.60. The S&P 500 dipped 0.28% to 5,712.69, and the Nasdaq Composite dropped 0.33% to 18,179.98. Investors are seeking safe haven assets, as evidenced by the rally in the U.S. Treasuries. Market anticipation is high for the Federal Reserve's rate decision on Thursday, with a 99% chance of a quarter-point rate cut predicted. Global economic uncertainty persists, investors cautious ahead of U.S. election, Fed decision. Stock futures are holding steady ahead of today's high-stakes U.S. presidential election. The Dow Jones Industrial Average futures slipping 17 points, and S&P 500 and Nasdaq 100 futures each lower by less than 0.1%. This cautious trading comes as no surprise given the election's potential impact on the market. The latest NBC News poll indicates a tight race between former President Donald Trump and Vice President Kamala Harris, with the two candidates virtually tied. The outcome of the election could significantly influence the stock market's year-end performance, and investors should prepare for possible short-term volatility. Historically, the major averages tend to increase between election day and year-end, but often decline in the session and week following the election. Key market movers: Palantir up 13% due to strong quarterly results and positive revenue guidance. NXP Semiconductors down due to soft outlook amidst macro concerns. Dow Jones Industrial Average slumped 250 points, 0.6% on Monday. S&P 500 and Nasdaq Composites fell 0.3% each on Monday. Beyond the election, investors are eagerly awaiting the Federal Reserve's November rate decision scheduled for Thursday and Chair Jerome Powell commentary on future policy moves. Traders anticipate a 98% chance of a quarter-point rate cut following September's half-point reduction. Keep in mind that election uncertainty can lead to market fluctuations. As Trivariate Research founder Adam Parker noted, the setup is still skewed to the positive and the bull case is still intact, unless we get a new policy from a new political regime that looks like it's going to be more austere. This is where we wrap it up on this edition of ATN Business on Atlantic Television Network, right here in the city of Port Harcourt. I am Wendy Aguma. We are open for advert placements, bookings, and commercials. Stay connected on ATN socials, Facebook and YouTube, Atlantic Television Network, Instagram and TikTok, Atlantic TV Network 1, extremely Twitter, Atlantic TV Net. Watch us live on our website, atlanticnetwork.tv. Peace and unity are the pathways to progress. Thank you for watching and good afternoon.